I get a lot of people asking questions about it in my videos. I got a lot of people commenting, saying things like, oh, I can't wait till I can do Uber and stuff. And I kind of cringe because I know for a fact that they don't realize what's involved with doing it. Things that I wish people told me. It just made me realize maybe I should do this video because, yeah, it's just a lot of stuff that people don't know. So there are definitely a lot of important things that people don't realize. And if you don't pay attention to this stuff, it might make things a lot worse. So, all right. So the first topic I'm going to cover is the most important thing that I feel like people don't realize. You do not work for Uber or Lyft. You're not an Uber or Lyft employee. And that's the biggest thing that people don't seem to understand. What I've noticed is that seems to make people kind of like, they'll start it, but then they get like bitter and mean towards those companies because, you know, they want their hands held. When something doesn't like happen the right way or anything like that, they want to blame Uber or Lyft. So I have looked at like many forums, and they're kind of not useful, really. I've discovered because a lot of people are complaining. Uber doesn't do this. Uber doesn't do that. Well, they don't because you don't work for them. You're not an employee. The way it works is that you're considered a contractor. Just pretty much means you are self-employed. You are your own boss, okay? And what they do is they find rides for you, and you use their app for it. It's kind of like the wedding planner. The wedding planner connects the couple to the photographer or to the DJ, that kind of thing. So it kind of works like that. So that's the mind frame you need to have when you start rideshare. You are pretty much self-employed. So these other 3 points that I have are pretty much branches off from that main one. Because you're self-employed, you have to worry about these other 3 major things. There's a lot of different things, but I consider these 3 major things. The second one is taxes. You have to pay your own taxes. Since Uber or Lyft is not your employer, they don't take out taxes. You are the one that has to manage your own taxes. Rules kind of are different if Uber is full-time or part-time. And I'm just saying Uber, but the same applies for Lyft or any other rideshare that you are a part of or want to be a part of. If Uber or Lyft is your second job, it's very easy because all you have to do is have more taxes taken out of your other job's paycheck, and that'll cover it for you. You don't have to worry about it. You just have to keep track of how much you're earning to make sure that you're having enough taken out. When I worked for Dunkin' as my full-time job, Dunkin' Donuts, and I had Uber as my second job, I had $20 taken out extra from federal and state to help cover that. The difference is if you're going to have Uber or Lyft as your full-time job, your only form of income, then you need to put the money aside and pay taxes every quarter, which is, four times a year. So you pretty much have to do mini taxes every few months and send in a payment. The IRS has forms for you to fill out, and it will have a whole yearly package of the Schedule C, because that's what you have to use. And then you use each portions of the package to do your taxes. And so luckily, they let you pay it online, so you can just do payments. If you don't do this, you're going to owe taxes all at once at the end of the year. And that can be a lot of money, depending on how much you make. If you end up being an amazing Uber driver and you do over $1,000 a week, you're going to owe a lot of freaking taxes. So you're going to have to make sure you keep up with that. You pay less in taxes than you would a regular job because you're deducting your mileage and other random expenses. Depending on how you do your taxes, there's 2 different ways you can do it. But that's the main thing, is to make sure that you pay your taxes. You have to worry about that. So the number 3 thing that you need to keep in mind is your health care. Again, because you do not work directly for Uber or Lyft, you have to buy your own health care. Now, if you have if this is going to be your second job and you have a first job that already has health care, you don't have to worry about this. But if it's going to be your full-time job, you have to worry about this. This is something you have to purchase and pay monthly, so that's an expense that you have to think about. The government does offer discounts, and I have a huge discount through the government, so I don't pay a huge amount, but I still have to have it. And keep in mind that if you don't have health insurance, you're going to get penalized at the end of the tax year. When I transitioned from Dunkin' Donuts to Uber, there was several months in there I didn't have health insurance, and I had to pay $200 and something at the end of the year because I didn't have insurance for a couple months, which is stupidest thing in the entire world, but you have to worry about that. So healthcare is another thing you have to worry about. The fourth one is expenses. You have to think about your expenses, and this is whether it's full-time or part-time. You're going to have extra expenses more than normal. One of the biggest complaints that people have about Uber is that you aren't reimbursed for gas or other expenses. And this is why people can't seem to get what self-employment is, because you have to pay for everything. And that's why I stress you don't work for Uber. They're not going to reimburse anything because you don't work for them. And they're not your bosses. You're just using their app to get rides, okay? So you have to pay for everything. Car repair, gas, car cleaning, and you're required to have a clean car, so you have to have your car clean. And if you want to provide good amenities for your riders, you have to pay for that too. So there's always the thing of a lot of people have water in their car for people, or snacks or candy. I don't do that, but I did buy an extra cord, phone charging cord, because that's, in my opinion, that's what people want. And they're always happy when I see it. Uber and Lyft does have a ton of partnerships with ways to get gas discounts, discounts on cleaning your car, discounts on fixing your car, and all that stuff. A lot of discounts everywhere to help you out. So you can at least save money there so long as you pay attention to that. But those are all things that you have to think about. Just stuff you have, extra stuff that you have to pay for. You're going to use more gas than you used to if you're just doing a regular job or whatever. You know, you're gonna clean your car a lot more often, so you have to be smart about that. You have to pay for healthcare now, and you have to pay taxes now. Well, you've always had to pay taxes, but it's different when it's not taken out of your paycheck right away. Okay? All right. So those are all the points that I wanted to go over. It's just something you guys need to think about. Something you shouldn't jump to right away without thinking about that and how much is actually involved. It's not like you get in your car, go, drive people around. It's kind of like that, but there's more to it. There's way more behind the scenes, and you pretty much have to act like you're a self-employed person. That you're the boss. You're the one that's going to hold yourself accountable, whether you're working or not. So you have to have that drive to go out there and work and make money, and not get lazy and stay at home every single day, because then you'll never make money. When you're not driving for Uber or Lyft, you're not making money because you don't have holiday pay. You don't have paid time off. It's when you want to take a day off, you take a day off, but you don't make money, pretty much. It's like when I went on my vacation, I had to work a lot of hours right before it because I wasn't going to make any money for 2 weeks. So you have to think about that. All right. So that's everything. So, any questions about this? Whether anything you want to ask about this, I'll try and help you guys out as much as possible if you're interested. Thank you guys for joining. Like I said, I'm going to edit down the beginning of the video to be more watchable for those of you who missed it. But I'll keep this live stream up, of course. But that's it. Thank you for joining. Thanks for the questions. And I'll see you whenever. Bye-bye.